on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. It's up to me to make my dream.
When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I've
been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
For many around the U.S., the weather is about to change. Longer days and warmer weather. Just as you prepare for weather changes, you need to be prepared for the changes in the market. And Phil Grandy is your daily guide for when you need to buy or sell and maximize your earnings. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and navigate the market with confidence with Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com, and you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The Inflation Reduction Act is, at its core, about turning the climate crisis into an economic opportunity.
You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
What a liar she is. Just imagine the lying she has done. Now we're hearing this? It has to do with green? First they label it Inflation Reduction Act. Like it's going, like we're going to, whatever that act was supposed to be, it means it's supposed to reduce inflation. It's supposed to reduce inflation. That's a promise. When they put those labels on, those are promises. But they put fake labels on. Exactly what the government does. It's amazing. So now she finally comes out and tries to work her way around, tries to wiggle her way around it, right? And the explanation, you can tell it's so weak. So weak. So now we're going to go into earnings season. And that's going to be Friday. It's going to be very interesting. Because, first of all, this market is so weak. It's incredible. Just take a look at our tech market, the NASDAQ 100. We had an 18%, think about this, we had an 18% rally after dropping 38%. For 120 days, we only could go up what? About 18%. That was it. Imagine an 18%. We lost 38%, and for 120 days, they're trying to fight inflation. And for 120 days, we only could gain 18%. That's it. The last crash in 2020 went down for 5 weeks, went back up 5 weeks, gained it all back in 5 weeks. That's 35 days. But they gained it all back. 100% of the loss, they gained it back. We only gained 18% of our loss in 120 days compared to 35 days. That tells you something's wrong. Remember that this last tech rally, a lot of it was short covering. And a lot of it, too, remember, things are so bad with the banks that yields go down. And when yields go down, everybody runs and they start buying tech stocks. Of course, it won't last, especially with the earnings season. If they come out with these terrible earnings, everything's going to go down. So if you think the people who are addicted to tech, just remember what I'm telling you. If the earnings of these banks come out very bad, I mean, like they suck, which everyone thinks they will, then don't head for the tech market that you're addicted to, because that's going to go down. And how do we know that? Look at the performance I just said. The performance tells you everything. 38% drop, 120 days to move the market up 18%. Are you nuts? And to capture the balance, we have to go up another 38%. That's right, 38%. You say, well, Phil, this math is wrong. No, it's not. If a stock drops 10% to recover 100%, you got to get 12%. If a stock drops 38% to recover, you got to get 60%. So we're only up 18%. So if we calculate it out, we got about another 38% to go. How are we going to do that? We have nothing but terrible overhang. Biden has really created a mess. It's going to be interesting to see these earnings, these bank earnings. Now, the CPI is going to come out tomorrow. The Fed monitors the CPI. That identifies price changes. They put a basket of things together and see if prices have gone up since the last time they did the CPI. That's all a bunch of crap, too. Because what they do is they when they're doing these things, if used cars have a lot of inflation in price and new cars don't, they won't use the new cars, they'll use the used cars. If there's a lot of inflation in hamburger but not steak, they'll use the hamburger. So they cheat at that too. It's called financial engineering. But here's what's really interesting. We're going to come out with earnings at a time when our ratio of debt to our economic GDP growth is upside down. Unbelievable. Our ratio of debt to our GDP growth should be 65. We're at 130%. You know what that means? We are in a recession. So where they stop talking about, are we going to go into a recession? We're in one, you idiots. I mean, this fake business network just drives me nuts. When you have a ratio of debt to your economic growth at 65, you're doing fine. But when you're doubling that, you're in trouble. You're in a recession. But they won't admit it. They won't admit it. Just like inflation was transitory. Deficits are 1.6 trillion. Our debt's 31 trillion. That's insane. Caused by excessive government spending. The American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, the Omnibus Bill. The consequences are horrible. You get high inflation. When you don't have anybody running this country that can take hold and be a leader, and all they do is spend, the consequences are severe. And you're experiencing it. High inflation, high interest rates. Your borrowing costs go up, and the economy slows right down. And then your debt goes past your growth. Your debt's going up faster than growth. Look at the productivity. Productivity is like, I mean, horrible. We haven't seen productivity this low in about 14 years. But we're going to have earnings. We have a deficit crisis. We have a deficit and debt crisis. So let's talk about the deficit crisis. Biden lied to us when he presented his budget of $6 trillion, saying it would reduce his deficit by $1.8 trillion. Oh, really? This guy had the only record back-to-back deficits, historic back-to-back deficits. But he said, give me $6 trillion, I'm going to reduce the deficits. Really? How'd that work out? 2021. $984 billion. 2022, $1.4 trillion. 2023, $1.6 trillion. That didn't work out so well. That causes inflation to rise. Caused Powell to start raising the Fed's short-term rate. And that's the killer. The short-term rate kills small businesses. I mean, that's a killer. You start raising the Fed rates, that's a killer. And that, remember, these deficits attributed to the recent run on the banks. So we have bank earnings. We have bank earnings coming Friday. That's going to be interesting. Banks have as much as $300 billion in losses. Yeah, their loans upside down. Now, you imagine you and I have to go to a bank to borrow money, right? And he sits there and he gives us like a what's equal to a financial enema. We have to give them documents after documents after. They can't even run their own business. Why are they checking our business? It's unbelievable. We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95
since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
If you're buying stocks now, you're not getting a deal. But as long as the economy continues to perform and earnings continue to come in, you're okay.
That's a lot of nuts!
I guess that's a lot of... Imagine that. Here we go again. Fake Business News Network. Oh, go out and buy them. Don't worry about if you're overpriced. No. If you're... If you're going to pay $19 for every $1 of earnings when you should only be paying $8 for every $1 of earnings, don't worry about it. Economy's good. You'll be fine. Go ahead. Everything's just fine. Don't worry about it. Now, listen to what Ron DeSantis said. I loved what he said. He nailed it perfectly, what he said about this economy.
So if you look at what's happening with our economy, we had starting in 2020 massive fiscal stimulus, and that ended up being trillions and trillions of dollars over a couple years. The Fed reduced interest rates to basically zero, pumped a lot of money into the economy, and that led to inflation. And I think almost anyone who was looking at what was going on over the last many years would have said that inflation was the likely result of those policies. Now, the Fed itself, when it was clear that we were seeing an inflationary upturn, said that it was transitory, that this was something that would just work itself out. And so they did not act when they should have. They got behind the curve. And so as inflation continued to spike and continue to be a huge problem for our economy, they responded by hiking rates very, very rapidly, very, very quickly. That's done a lot of things to hurt a lot of people, but it has put a lot of pressure on the banking sector in particular. And so we had recently this issue with the Silicon Valley Bank, which was bailed out. I mean, this is a bank that had invested in a lot of long-term bonds that were no longer profitable because the interest rates have gone up. They also did things like focused a lot on ESG and DEI and didn't do appropriate risk management. So they ended up being in a situation where they were insolvent. And so the Fed, because this is a bank that is very politically connected with people in Silicon Valley, the Fed and the Treasury Department bailed it out. Now, they try to say it's not a bailout because they say it's going to be paid for by banking fees. But who pays the banking fees? Customers. So you're going to pay more for fees to do banking in order to give the Silicon Valley people a bailout. Now, there was not a systemic risk to the economy from this one bank, but they were politically connected. And here.
Unbelievable. That was great. I mean, that was a great explanation. I mean, he's right. Now, watch what happens when we go into these earnings. But before we talk about that, you understand what's going on with the president. He's going to undo the tax cuts. Undo the tax cuts that Trump put in place. That's really nuts. First of all, his excuse is the rich aren't paying enough taxes. So we got to cut these tax cuts that Trump put. They're no good, these tax cuts. It saved his butt. He had a historic, think about this guy, he had a historic back-to-back. No other president had a back-to-back deficits like he did. And it was Trump's tax cut that brought in the extra revenue that covered his butt. Covered his butt. The tax revenue that came in that was extra, we increased the tax revenue by $1.8 trillion. And when it came out of the gate, the first time it came out of the gate, we brought in an extra $650 billion. And then we knocked that up to about $1.8 trillion. It more than paid for itself. But his idea is to tax the rich and the corporations aren't paying enough tax. 22% of the country's total income goes to the top 1%. We know that. And they hate that. They hate that people make money. 22% of our country's total income goes to the top 1%. Yet they're paying 44% of all of the income tax and 24% of all taxes. They also pay 26% of the top 37% tax rate, when the bottom 50% pays just 3%. What are you, nuts? They pay 44% of all the income tax. And he's saying it's not enough. What number would make them happy? 100%? Corporations, they always talk about the corporations that don't pay tax. And there are companies that don't pay tax. But overall, give you a number. In 2017, brought in $297 billion. When Trump passed his tax cut, we went from $297 billion to $425 billion. That's a 43% increase. And now Biden's going to cut those tax cuts. He wants to raise taxes instead. This guy is just an idiot. He never ran a business, never wrote a payroll check. He has no clue. No clue. All right, so let's get back to the bank earnings. So the banks, remember, before we go into those earnings, what they're fighting, a headwind, a big headwind. We have the deficits, which are a killer. And that's causing all the inflation. And the bank earnings, we have as much, and think about this, when they start the earnings, we have as much as $300 billion in losses. The banks have $300 billion in losses. They're upside down. These loans are upside down. That's insane. Now, that's including mortgage-backed securities. Now, if you think of the mortgage-backed security, all that is really is that the banks, and this is a big revenue for the banks, and this revenue is going in the hole. This is crazy. Mortgage-backed securities, banks make a ton of money on those. And all they are, just think about the fact that you go and get a mortgage, you sit down at the closing, you got to sign a note. Now that's a debt. Now they take all of those notes and bundle them, and then they sell them like they sell treasuries. And they make big revenue on that, and that revenue goes back in the system to sell more mortgages. When I get back, I'm going to tell you what happened.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
And thank you. Join our gang, philsgang.com. Also, remember, you listen to us on YouTube, Rumble, Apple, Facebook. Okay, that's our podcast. Also, you can listen to us in Sarasota on 9:30 a.m. and also 93.7 FM in the Tampa area. Now, when they come out with these earnings, we should be able to take the financials should take a big hit because we got a lot of headwinds. We got negative money supply. We got inflation. We got, more problems. I can go to a list, 100 feet long. Just terrible the problems that we have. The inflation's the big one. We just can't fight that inflation. We've lost the war with inflation. We're not willing to raise rates high enough to fight the inflation. They're fighting, they say it's 6%, but it's really about 12% with 5%. That's not going to make any sense. And then you got to understand there's only 3 stocks holding up the entire stock market. 3. Apple, Microsoft, and Meta. Now, the 5 big tech stocks account for 23% of the S&P. Without those 5 big tech stocks, remember, the returns for the first quarter, not talking earnings, I'm talking about the returns, the S&P came in at plus 6. If you took those tech stocks out, the S&P would have tanked like a flying monkey. The Dow was up 0.4. That's it. And they rigged it to get to 0.4 so it wouldn't be negative. The only thing that did well was the NASDAQ up 17%. But when you really look into the NASDAQ, that's horrible. Because as I told you, this thing dropped 38%. And after 120 days, we only recaptured 18% of the 38%. There's no buyers. Terrible.
So when you dig into this thing, it's unbelievable. So banks on Friday, remember, the earnings are going to come out with J.P. Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and Goldman Sachs. They always put the banks out front. Those are 3 of the 6 largest banks. They always start out first, so they can really set a big leadership. They come in with gangbuster earnings, right? Now, wow, everybody goes in and jumps into the. Matter of fact, I always told my gang members, every time they start earnings season, start buying the spiders. Just buy the spiders, and you'll make money every time. But this time it's going to be a little different. Maybe. So remember, it's the 17 trillion in mortgage-related debt that's the problem. Remember, there's 200 to 300 billion in mortgages and stuff they have upside down, assets they have upside down, bad loans. And then remember, on top of that, you got the one they really need to do well is the mortgage-backed securities, because that's the money when they sell your note, keep it simple, when they sell your note, bundle your note with everybody else's notes, and they sell those, that's the cash they get to reinvest again to put out more loans. That hasn't been happening. The mortgage-related debt is just upside down. Just like the 250 to 300 billion, it's all upside down. So again, the banks are in real deep trouble. So here's the thing they're going to do, though. They did this in 2008. They could surprise us and the earnings go up. Yeah, earnings go up. That did. Remember, in 2008, after the market crashed, and everybody thought the banks were going to go down again, instead they went up about 80%, I think, in the first 120 days, because what they did back then is what they're doing now. They take a lot of these losses, especially the mortgage-backed securities, and they take a lot of the, let's say, we'll use 250 billion, it's upside down, and they shift it to what they call off-balance sheet financing. They set up like another company. Think of it as another company, another balance sheet. And they take all their losses, and they, not all of them, but a majority of them, and they shift them from the balance sheet that they're going to report on Friday, take them out of that balance sheet and shift them over to this other balance sheet. It's all legal. And so they're going to come in with, they can come in possibly with good earnings. And that's why I told my gang members, don't be surprised. And I said, let's just buy a few shares, okay? We'll just take 1 or 2 banks of the 5 biggest banks. Just always take the 5 biggest banks. Take the 5 investment banks. And just put a few shares on, so that if this thing starts to take off, then we can slap some real shares on. So this could really happen, you know. When everybody's thinking, and the other thing too, remember, as I told you, with the banks in such bad shape, if they come in with bad earnings and they don't go forward what I'm just talking about, hiding all this stuff off balance sheet, if they don't do that and they come with real earnings, they're going to tank, and it's going to tank your favorite stocks, your NASDAQ stocks. They're going to go straight down as well. Because remember, the only reason why those stocks rallied at all, that 18%, remember, this crash started in 2021 November. And here we are in 2023 in April, and we've only gone up 18%. So that if you're in the tech stocks, you got to be very careful, because they'll take these tech stocks down so fast. But everybody's saying, wow, have you seen the rally in the NASDAQ lately? Wow, they've been going straight up. The tech stocks have been going straight. Yeah, I know. Our whole gang's been in them. But I've been warning them, take profits. We took a bunch of profits on Friday. And I said, set up our stops, because this could happen. This whole thing could collapse because of all the debt they're hiding. And if all of a sudden, remember now, it's how they treat that debt. That's what we got to see on Friday. How are they going to treat that debt? How are they going to treat the off-balance sheet debt? Are they going to record it, use it, or just do what they did in 2008? Nothing they did in 2008. They took all their bad subprime loans, instead of the banks having to write them off and take the hit, the Federal Reserve came in and said, no, we'll take your $1 billion in bad subprime loans and we'll buy them from you dollar for dollar. So if there's a mortgage at $100,000 and they only can sell that mortgage for $6,000, the Federal Reserve came in and said, we'll pay you the $100,000 for what's worth $6,000. And they're doing that as well now. This is all the game playing they're doing. So this is going to be a very important earnings season. This is going to set the stage. This is going to set the stage. And if they rig this market like they did in 2008, then you're going to see these bank stocks take off. And that's why you got to be ready to buy these bank stocks if that happens. If not, you got to be ready to sell them short. And that's why you should join our gang. Because either way, my gang members are going to make money. If they do this financial engineering that I'm suggesting they're going to do like they did in 2008, then you're going to want to be long these stocks. But if they don't, then you want to be short. And again, for God's sakes, all you people who are addicted to these tech stocks, take your profits or whatever your losses are, get out. Don't be stupid. They're going to go down. Only gold is going to go up.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake business news network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, you know, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on their show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value?
good information, be on the right side of the market. Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember now, if they do rally this market, you got to understand, it's not going to be sustainable. They always do that before the final crash. That's right. We've seen this so many times. They always have a last rally, okay? And why? Because the big institutions, the big banks, the big insurance companies, they got to get their clients out, their institutional clients out, like the fire union and the nursing union and the steelworker union. So J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, those are their clients, those pension funds. They got to get them out. So they'll create a last rally. And this could be it. So you catch this rally, and then you sell into it, turn around, and you start shorting it. It's impossible to last. If they rig this market, they put all their debt, hide it all, in the off-balance sheet financing, hide the mortgage-backed securities, hire the 250 to 300 billion loans that are upside down the banks have, hide that in the off-balance sheet, and then turn around and say, oh, look, we're doing pretty good. The banks go up. And I've seen them do this. And they could be doing that again. We won't know till Friday. But that gives you an opportunity to sell into the rally with the pension funds. See, I haven't seen that last rally yet. Every big crash has a last rally, and this could be it. So that's what we got to look for on Friday. In the meantime, the place, if it rallies and then it comes back down in a month or so, and you're short, make sure you buy gold mining stocks. We're up. We traded gold mining stocks twice. Once the first time I think we're up by 22%, and the second time we were up about, I think, 25%. We had we did a little bit of shorting in between those two rallies. So you want to be in those gold stocks, because that's where the money's going, because they're going to destroy our dollar. And the biggest thing is stay with I tell you this every day, stay with your bank stocks, because the bank stocks, you know exactly what to do when yields go up and yields go down. When yields go up, you buy them. You got to stay with your oil stocks. Yields down, they go up. Stay with your tech stocks. Yields down, they go up. And then, of course, your mining. So if you just stay with those sectors, I think I didn't leave one out, okay? If you got your mining stocks, your big tech, your oil, your gold, there's the four, and then of course, your banks. Stop fiddling around with all these safety stocks, defensive stocks. Because if you get into Campbell Soup or you get into Procter & Gamble and you're making money, the minute those people sense that tech stocks are going to go back up, they dump those stocks. And the institutions dump them so fast that you're caught. That's the problem with being in those defensive stocks. Those staples like Coca-Cola and Clorox and Philip Morris and, all those stocks. Kellogg's. You get in, you're feeling comfortable, you're safe, everything's great. And then the big institutions, I'm talking about the big guys. I'm talking about the insurance companies. I'm talking about Morgan Stanley and J.P. Morgan. I'm talking about the six biggest banks. They always have the inside information. They know when it's time to get out of those defensive stocks, those staples. And the problem with 401ks, they have too many staples in them. That's the problem with those damn 401ks. So there's no loyalty in those. They'll turn on you in a heartbeat. But when you're in gold, you make money going up, you make money down shorting. Bank stocks, when yields go up, you make money. When yields go down, you start shorting, you make money. Big tech stocks, yields down, you make money. The tech stocks go up. Yields up, you turn around, short them. It's that simple. Oil, yields down, they go up, you make money. Yields down, you short them. So each one of our sectors, we know exactly what to do. And my gang, every day we go after every one of those sectors, and then we pull out as an aggregate 6 stocks. We have a portfolio of 6 stocks, and then we have on top of the 6 stocks, and we stay with them all year. On top of that, we have the Qs. We're always in the Qs. We're always in the Apple. Okay? And then, of course, NVIDIA, Microsoft. We're always in those stocks, going long or shorting. That's as simple as it is. You have 6 main stocks, and you have a couple ETFs. Stay with the same ones. And the key is, to do that, you got to know how to short. The reason why people are in too many stocks, and that's what kills you in a 401k. They got you in so many stocks, it's unbelievable. It's like the alphabet. They got you in so many stocks, it's ridiculous. Because you always got to, remember, when they put you in the 401k, they always have to be right to make you money. Because they never can short the stocks when they're wrong. So you lose money when they're wrong. But they still make money. They still make money. The people managing your 401k still make a fortune when your stocks drop 38%. They still make money. Your stock goes up, they still make money. So they don't let you short in a 401k. They should be outlawed. That's ridiculous. It's so easy to short a stock. You ask our members. In November of 2021, I said in 2018, when we had that first crash, 2018, we had another crash, 2020. 2018, I said, this is the end of it. This is the end of that, then it was 10 years, of this 10-year rally, and I was right. Look, you can't be, you can't have, right now, let's talk about the consumers. They say they're strong. Really? A consumer strong is when a consumer spending is outpacing, okay, the prices. Well, consumer spending, okay, is now outpacing prices. Prices are outpacing this. The prices are outpacing their spending, and that's and they're weak. Anytime, I mean, they keep saying how strong the consumer is. That's a bunch of crap. Weak is when a consumer spending or the sales underperform and prices increase. And that's the position we're in right now. Consumer spending, or what they're doing on sales, is really underperforming. Sales are going down. Do you see new factory orders? They're going down. They're contracting. New factory orders are contracting. So anytime you see the sales are underperforming, you know he's weak. And prices keep going up. That's inflation. That's why they keep raising rates. You see it every day when you go shopping. Prices keep going up and up, but your salary's not going up and up. And then they got to keep raising rates. Keep raising the rates, kill you. And when they don't raise the rates enough to kill inflation, you really get killed. And that's where we are. But if you know how to sell short, you're going to be just fine. I can't believe how many people didn't want to get into gold mining stocks and gold. And we got in them about 2 months before they started to rally. And I started telling my gang last week with these banks, I said they could turn around and do financial engineering when everybody thinks these banks are going to collapse. They're going to hide all their losses in another balance sheet, and they'll turn around and start rallying these banks. Because I've always seen, again, before the last, we haven't had a capitulation crash yet. We haven't had a capitulation where people say, that's it, get me out. I don't care, get me out. I don't care how much money I lose, get me out. We haven't seen that. So we're due for another rally. And this could be it. And it'll be led by the bank stocks. And want to see a crash after that? I mean, it could be the worst crash ever. But you always got to find that last crash where it capitulates, where people surrender, where the fear, your computers are shaking, your screens are shaking out of your desk. People, get me out, get me out, get me out. I've been through about 4 of those. I've seen about 4 of those. We haven't seen that yet. So don't be fooled tomorrow or Friday when they start moving these bank stocks back up and try to rally this market for about a month and a half, and then you'll see the biggest crash ever. Either way, this market's going to go down at least from where we are now, at least another 30-40% more. But they're going to try to rally this so they can get their big guys out of the market, the pensions. See you on the chart. Join my gang free for 10 days.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.